Do you ever feel like you might be a bit different from other people? Let me explain. So recently I heard about a guy called David Rock, Dr. David Rock, and in 2008 he came up with a model for people in a work environment and a life environment. It was called the SCARF model. SCARF basically means status, certainty, autonomy, relatedness and fairness, and the threats and rewards from getting this. Now this got me thinking, because this model is based around the human being generally. So most human beings are employees, and if they're in a workplace, they want to be in a fair workplace. They want to have relationships that work. They want to have rewards. I was thinking about this with a journey of an entrepreneur. There's no certainty when you're an entrepreneur. You don't get a pay packet at the end of the month. You don't have a fixed amount of money that's going to come into your life. And right, okay, when you're employed, that can be something that changes. But for most part, you will be in employment and you will get a wage for what you do every month for the time that you put in. So you've got relative certainty about what you're doing as a job and what you're going to get paid for that job. Where it comes to an entrepreneur, none of the stuff in that SCARF model is a surety. You've got autonomy to do your own thing, but autonomy in the workplace is something that you're working with other people and collaborating, and you've got a fixed job, they've got a fixed job. You will meet together and do stuff together, and it will be a pretty fixed agenda, unless you're building a space rocket or something like that. So for most people, there's quite a lot of surety in what they're doing. The SCARF model, I found it fascinating because the first 2-3 years when I started being an entrepreneur, nothing was sure. Didn't even know if I was going to be able to sleep in a hotel room, a B&B, or sleep in the car. That's how unsure it was. I didn't even know if I was going to make enough money in the day to put enough petrol in the car to get me back home again. That's how uncertain things were. But then you kind of realise, well, is that because I don't fit that model? Is that because I don't fit in to that societal sort of attitude? And then I look back at my childhood and I look back at my school. I didn't fit in well at school. I didn't like school. I didn't like the way we were taught. I didn't like being told what to do. I wasn't very good when I worked for other people. I would question managers. They didn't like managing me because I was too many questions and go, why are we doing this? This doesn't seem like business sense to me. So I obviously knew that I didn't fit into that kind of environment where I would be compliant, be told what to do, work my 40 hours, get my monthly wage and do what most of the nation does. So it was interesting to me, and I just wondered what other people thought about that, how they felt in their lives, and if they feel they're different. You might be an entrepreneur. You might be somebody who actually needs to go out and stretch themselves and do something for yourself. Yes, it's risky, but life's risky anyway. Every time we walk out of the house, something could happen to us. So my attitude is, well, what have you got to lose? You might as well give it a whirl. You might as well try it and see what happens. Do you ever feel that you don't fit into everything that you think you should do in society? Do you feel that you don't fit into work, or you don't fit into the environment that you're in? You feel that you're a little bit different from anyone else? I'd love to know your comments.